Coronavirus outbreak had caused an increase of the world's awareness in terms of protecting ourselves from getting infected by the virus. One of the efforts is by wearing N95 mask, such masks believed to filter 95% of air particles. Recently, the demand of N95 masks had increased significantly. Such sudden demand had caused opportunist mask sellers to raise the mask price to unrealistic price. And to see why people in the world recently hunting the N95 mask, let's see the first data in today's infographic segment. And N95, as I told you before, filtering 95% of air particles and protecting users from getting infected by viruses, bacteria, and toxicants. And such mask is reusable 5 times of maximum usage. And Jakartans or even Indonesian in general have been struggling to get hold of surgical and N95 masks as sellers ran out and prices rocketed. And the demand for N95 masks, a type of face mask that can filter out of 95% of particles as small as 0.3 microns from the air, has significantly increased over the past few weeks as concerns about the novel coronavirus or 2019 nCoV outbreaks intensifies in the capital city. So how fluctuative the price of N95 mask is? Let's see the next data. As you can see, the normal price of the N95 mask as much as 50,000 rupiah. And when coronavirus case started to burst, the price of the mask increased to 75,000 rupiah. And the price of the mask in January 1st, 2020 increased significantly to the number of 458,000 rupiah. And by 1st February or first week in February 2020, the number of the N95 mask per box reached 2 million rupiah. There were several online shops with N95 masks still in stock, but that the skyrocketing prices are not make any sense. Such amount of price prevented society from purchasing the masks. According to opinion outspoken by society, last year the price of 3 pieces of N95 masks only cost for 45,000 rupiah or equal with $3. And however, the same shop now selling the set of 3 masks for 1.4 million rupiah. Supplies of surgical masks and N95 masks have also started to run out in markets across the capital city. A medical supplies vendor at Pramuka Market in Matraman, for example, in Jakarta, complained that the masks were getting harder to find due to rising demand after the coronavirus outbreak in China. State-owned vaccine and medical devices producer even said they cannot fulfill the sudden inclining demand of N95 masks. Let's see the statement of Bio Farma President Director. Honesty Bashir, the President Director of Bio Farma, he said that we were asked to provide 1 million N5 units mask. To be honest, we cannot fulfill that because the entire N95 masks are ready to be distributed for Indonesia National Disaster Management Authority and medical workers that work in border areas and many Indonesia's entrance. Besides, in Indonesia, global demand for surgical masks or N95 has soared, leaving many stores in short supply and residents struggling to obtain them. In Hong Kong, for example, supplies of N95 masks are running low, with some retailers doubling up or tripling the price of the masks that remain in stock. Thousands of Hong Kong residents line up in front of local pharmacy chain stores. In Japan, the demand for masks jumped after it was confirmed that 4 citizens had been infected with the virus. Some retailers said their mask sales had tripled from the previous week. And in Sydney, a number of people lined up outside the drugstore to buy masks. There are some efforts conducted by e-commerce platforms to push down the N95 mask price. What are those? Let's see the next data. This is the list of efforts that had been implemented by e-commerce players in Indonesia. Sophie conducted an intense communication with sellers so they cannot increase the price significantly, and they will implement zero tolerance on extreme price hike. The pretty much same gesture also showed by Bukalapak. It controlling the price together with mass producer will terminate sales license of opportunist sellers, and Tokopedia and Lazada also pretty much doing the same efforts. These surging mass prices on e-commerce platforms are varied. While many sellers have been maintaining the original prices, a number of merchants have raised the price up to 2 million rupiah. In response to this situation, Tokopedia, for example, said that it is actively monitoring its platform to prevent unreasonable price surge for health products, including N95 masks. As a marketplace platform, Tokopedia is based on user-generated content, or UGC, where merchants or customers can upload products to the platform independently. Bukalapak has adopted a similar approach. Merchants are allowed to determine prices and sales strategies, but the platform will act if there are parties who take advantage of the pandemic situation to reap unreasonable profit and obstruct public access to medical devices. Towards the extreme price hike of N95 masks, government and some parties delivered their opinion and assertive gesture on it. Let's see the next data. This is the statement that came from Tulus Abadi, daily chairman of Indonesian Consumer Organization. He said that Ministry of Health and Food and Drugs Monitoring Agency, or BPOM, have to take care of this case seriously. This is a minor case, according to Tulus Abadi. And in the next opinion that had been delivered, this one is from Ministry of Trade, come from Ferry Anggriono, Director General of Consumer Protection and Trade Order at the Ministry of Trade. He said that we will revoke the permission of opportunist importers who raise the N95 mask price extremely. Director of Prevention and Control of Direct Communicable Diseases of the Ministry of Health, Winda Mauruntu, really hopes that the price of the mask is not that expensive. Moreover, there are many people who need it now. Winda clearly said that the Ministry of Health had no control over the price of masks and could not provide further comment. While he said the pricing policy was regulated by the Trade Ministry. Meanwhile, according to traders, the price of masks is expensive because of small supply of masks when demand is high. As a result, traders must spend several times the usual capital to buy these masks. And hopefully, the warning in revoking business or trade permit to the opportunist mask trader will slowly push down the N95 mask price in this unfortunate situation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break.